Ladies and gentlemen, I am finally excited to tell you some really good news. But before I do that, welcome to Hashtag Sports and welcome to week 5 of Razor Sharp Picks. And that knife, ladies and gentlemen, that knife is getting just a little bit sharper. It is taken 4 weeks, but we're in the double-digit win column. That's right, 12-4 straight up last week. 9-7. Hey, we'll take above 500 when it comes to against the spread, right? All we need to do is finish on the positive end. But 12-4 against straight up, 9-7 against the spread puts me at 36-28 overall, 33-1 against the spread. Again, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this edition of Hashtag Sports. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, as things are beginning to heat up. You know, these picks are just going to get better and better and better. Not really, but I hope so. As we get into week 5 of the NFL season. A lot of tough games this week. But you're really not sure who you're going to pick. And the spreads are a little difficult to figure out too, okay? We're getting to those games, but guys, it took me 4 weeks to get to double-digit wins. Some of you, not so long. But the beginning of the season is always so crazy. You don't know what to expect. Now you've seen teams for kind of what they really are this point in the NFL season, and it's time to see if we can make it even better yet. Look, I'm still looking for that perfect week. Whether it comes when teams are on a bye or not, I would love to have a perfect week right here on Razor Sharp Picks. So as always, let me know in the comment section what your picks are for each matchup, either straight up or against the spread. And guys, Hashtag Sports is having a competition over on ESPN.com. Pigskin Pick'em. You can look up Hashtag Sports. I know you're late to the party. Right now we have a tie for first place, but you can still do it. See how accurate you are as the season goes on. See if you can beat me, Joe, with these Razor Sharp picks. So let's get started, shall we? Let's get started with these picks. And I'm excited about this week. Coming off a hot week last week, let's hope we can keep the momentum going. It's going to start off with me playing the music. That's what it's going to start off with the music being played in the background. There we go. Hashtag Sports coming at you with my picks, and starts with Thursday night football. Thursday, we got the battle of the horses. We got the Denver Broncos at home, 3.5-point favorites against the Indianapolis Colts. Colts come in 3.5-point underdogs. John Taylor a little banged up. Not sure if he's going to play in this game. We all know how I feel about Thursday games. The home team has a huge advantage in these situations, just being able to stay at home for the week, especially when you have a home field advantage like Denver. I know the Broncos lost in week 4, but it seemed like that offense seemed to get back on track just a little bit. Russell Wilson able to get back on track a little bit this past week. Not saying he's back to let Russ cook, but at least you start to smell something simmering. Maybe you turn the heat up on the stove, get ready to cook something. Let's see if this offense can keep it going. I think they do. I think the offense for the Broncos keeps it going. I think the Broncos win this game. Give me the Broncos to win. Give me the Broncos to cover a 3.5-point spread. The Colts without Jonathan Taylor, it's a really bad look. So maybe they'll have Jonathan Taylor, maybe they won't, but still give me the Broncos to win this game. Then we go to London on Sunday morning, our second London game of the year, with the Green Bay Packers listed as the home team, but really they're in London, so it really doesn't matter. Go up against the New York, New Jersey Giants. One of the bigger surprises so far this season, the 3-1 Giants go to London to play the Green Bay Packers. The Packers 8-point favorites in this game. And to be honest with you, I don't know why. Even watching the game last week against a backup New England Patriots quarterback, the Patriots still able to put up yards, still able to put up points. I think this Giants team can put up some points against the Packers. And one thing that always travels well is a good running game. So I expect to see a lot of Jones in this game for the Packers, and I expect to see a lot of Saquon Barkley in this game for the Giants. I think Jones is the better running back. I think the Packers are the better team. That's why I have the Green Bay Packers winning this game. But the Giants are going to cover an 8-point spread. I think the Giants come out and they prove that they're not a fluke. They're not quite there yet, right? They're not quite at the Packers level, but they're getting closer. And so I think the Giants cover an 8-point spread. But give me the Packers to win the game. They move on to our 1 o'clock slate of games. And guys, this is the last week before bye week start in the NFL. So this is the last week of the beginning of the season where we have a full slate of games. So we start with 1 o'clock games. We go to New England. We go to the Patriots playing against the Lions. The Lions offense has looked really good, but their defense has looked really, really bad, giving up 48 points last week to Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. That just can't or shouldn't happen. So the Lions come in 1-3 on the season. The Patriots looking to get back on track after losing that overtime game to the Packers. We know that they're going to be on their backup quarterback, it seems like. I think that the Lions actually pull off the upset here. The Patriots are 3-point favorites at home. Give me the Lions to win this game. Give me the Lions to beat a 3-point spread. Dolphins at Jets, a huge AFC East matchup, especially if you're a fan of an AFC East team like we are. We're not a fan of either of these two teams, but we're a fan of the Buffalo Bills. Both these teams come into this game. The Dolphins come in this game 3-1 ahead of the Bills due to tiebreaker because they beat the Bills. The Jets 2-2 after a come-from-behind victory against the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. The Dolphins come into this game as 3.5-point favorites, even though it is in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Listen, Zach Wilson might be a good success story down the road, right? Glad they got a win in his first start of the 2022 NFL season. But this Dolphins team, even if it does have Teddy Bridgewater, the defense is legit. They have the playmakers on the outside and Waddle and Hill. Even though the past 2 weeks they've been kind of quiet, I expect kind of a breakout game again for at least one of these guys. I expect one of these guys to show up big time in this game. You need the Dolphins to win this game. But again, the Jets, pesky AFC divisional rival on the road. The Jets cover the spread, but the Dolphins win maybe a field goal game here in that one. Going to Tampa with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 8.5-point favorites going against the Atlanta Falcons. Marcus Mariota and the Atlanta Falcons actually haven't been playing that terribly, right? They are a bottom 5 team in the league for sure, but they've been staying competitive with a lot of these teams. So I think that this game is going to stay competitive for the most part. Again, divisional matchup, 8.5 points is a lot of points to be giving up. Buccaneers look pretty bad on Sunday Night Football against the Kansas City Chiefs. They were able to put up some points at the end there, but their defense just was not looking good. And the Buccaneers, their defense was supposed to be, a bright spot for them this year. So we'll see if they get better as the season wears on. I like the Buccaneers to win this game. I don't see Tom Brady losing to the Falcons, and Tom Brady rarely loses 2 in a row. Give me the Buccaneers to win this game, but give me the Falcons to cover an 8.5-point spread. Going to New Orleans with the New Orleans Saints. Hope you guys enjoyed Mardi Gras. Our 5.5-point favorites against the Seattle Seahawks. Talked a little bit earlier about the Patriots and about the Lions and the Seattle Seahawks last week. Seahawks scored 48 points. They're not going to put up 48 points this week. But again, I think they keep it respectable. Nothing about the Saints team has proven to me that they can blow a team out, that they can win a game by double-digit points. So I'm going to take the Seahawks to cover a 5.5-point spread. But New Orleans is always a tough place to play, right? So give me the Saints to win this game, but give me the Seahawks to cover that 5.5-point spread. Keep going with the 1 o'clock games. Another divisional matchup here. You got the Houston Texans going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars in a rare spot. They're more than a touchdown favorite in the game. Don't recall last time that happened. It might have been a while. But the Jaguars, 7.5-point favorites against the Houston Texans. What will they do with that spread, right? Do they know how to handle that big of a spread, that being favored by that much? The Jags are going to win this game, right? But the Texans, all season long, the Texans have been playing competitive, tight football. Last week against the Chargers, they were right there till the end. Week 1 against the Colts, they get a tie. They have been right there for most of these games, right? So give me the Jaguars to win this game. But again, the Texans on the road cover a 7.5-point spread. Going to Washington with the Commanders, who in my opinion look like the worst team in the league right now. Go up against the Tennessee Titans. Derrick Henry starting to feel it a little bit. Some people are saying King Henry is back. I'm not sure if I'll go that far, but this is the game where he could say, I'm officially back. Get over 100 yards and maybe a touchdown or two in this game, and I'll tell you that King Henry is finally back, wearing that crown. I really don't care if he's back because the Bills won't play him again until the playoffs if they make it that far. The Titans, as I said at the beginning, running attack always travels well, so I think they have that advantage there, and I think they're going to win on the road. Give me the Titans to win. Give me the Titans to cover a 2.5-point spread as they are favored on the road. Going to Cleveland where the Browns and the Dog Pound go up against the Los Angeles Chargers. Always forget the name. Want to say San Diego still most of the time. People need to stop changing team names on me. That just needs to happen. There are too many difficult changes. Las Vegas now and LA now, and who knows what's going to be next. Washington changing their name. Who knows what is going to be next? It drives me nuts. But the Chargers are on the road going up against the Cleveland Browns. The Browns 3-point underdogs in this matchup. Justin Herbert's been playing pretty good football so far this season. He doesn't get the credit he deserves because his team is 2-2. But I think that the Chargers begin to show that they should still be considered one of the favorites to come out of the AFC in that playoff picture, maybe even if it's just a wild card spot. Give me the Chargers to win this game on the road. The Chargers cover a 3-point spread. Then you got our Buffalo Bills, last 1 o'clock game of the day. 14-point favorites against not Mitchell Trubisky, against Ken Dorsey, whatever his name, not Ken Dorsey, that's for sure, but against that rookie quarterback in Pittsburgh. How is he going to fare in Buffalo, his first NFL start? How is he going to fare against that defense that's only allowed 7 points in the second half so far this season? I think this defense for the Buffalo Bills is legitimate. I think the reason why they allowed 20 points last week was a fluke because of the interception and fumble recovery in the plus side of the ball for the Ravens. I think plus side of the 50, I should say, for the Ravens. I think this Bills team is exceptional. I think this Bills team is going to continue to get better and better. Now, the injuries are a concern, right? You have Micah Hyde still out. Tre'Davious White, not sure if he's going to play in this game or not, although he's off IR, so that's good to see. The PUP list, I'm sorry. So that's good to see. You talk about the injury to Jamison Crowder early this week. He broke his foot, so he won't be able to play for a little bit. But I think this team is a really good team, and I think they're going to prove it this Sunday. Give me the Bills to win this game. Give me the Bills to cover a big spread at home. Going to the 4 o'clock games, or 4:25, depending on what you want to say. The 49ers at the Panthers. The Panthers 6.5-point underdogs. The 49ers looked really good on Monday night, but now they got to travel on a short week. Is that going to have an effect? I really say I don't think so. I think Garoppolo is getting the rhythm back for the offense. I think you got a guy like George Kittle not making much of an impact yet this season, but not a guy you want to forget about either. Obviously, you have Deebo Samuel on the offense. And let's talk about this defense for a second. Joey Bosa and this San Francisco 49ers defense suffocated Matt Stafford last week on Monday Night Football. They suffocated him. And I expect a lot of the same here against the Carolina Panthers. Give me the 49ers to win this game. Give me the 49ers to cover a 6.5-point spread. Going to LA, another LA team where the Rams, I almost call them St. Louis sometimes still too. The Rams go up against the Dallas Cowboys. That Dallas Cowboy defense has been amazing all season, the best defense in the league. Listen, I think this Cowboys defense is really good. I expect Cowboys to keep this game tight. But I don't know how this offense is going to score against Aaron Donald and the Rams defense, right? The Rams defense hasn't looked as good as they did last year so far. But I think they're going to start getting the ship rightened, right? I think that McVay is just too smart of a head coach to not figure out what's going on with this team. 2-2 right now. They're right there in the NFC West. I think every team in the NFC West right now is 2-2. Correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. But the Rams are going to win this game. So give me the Cowboys with the rookie quarterback to cover the spread. I think he gets his first loss here. Nothing to be ashamed about, losing to the defending Super Bowl champions. Give me the Rams winning this game. And then you go up to the last 4 o'clock game of the evening at the Eagles at Arizona. The Eagles, the last undefeated team in the NFL. I like the Eagles to win this matchup. Jalen Hurts going to put up some good numbers in this one. I know they have some injury concerns, right? Slay got hurt. I think some of their offensive linemen got hurt in that last game. So those have to be concerns. But at the same time, I think that this Philadelphia Eagles team is just really good. And I think they're going to show the depth that they have come this Sunday. I think that they are going to win this game. But with the injuries, you have to think that Arizona at home is going to put up at least a fight. So give me the Arizona Cardinals to cover the spread, but give me the Eagles to win the game. Going on to Sunday Night Football, AFC North battle should be a good one. The Baltimore Ravens coming off a tough loss against Buffalo, going up against the Cincinnati Bengals in Baltimore. Now Baltimore has a 5-game home losing streak, the longest in its history. Can they get that stop this week, this Sunday, against the defending AFC champions? I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. I think this Bengals team is starting to get hot, right? They've won the last 2 games, 2-2 now on the season. They still want to prove that they're the team to beat in the AFC North. This matchup will be a matchup for the division lead as of week 5. Give me the Bengals to win this game. I probably would have said that at the beginning of the season. I liked it, and I think I still like the Ravens to win this division. But I think the Bengals are the hotter team right now. The Bengals don't have so much turmoil. I remember Peters at the end of that Bills game last week. Definitely was not happy with Harbaugh at that time. But I think that the Bengals have it more together, and they're getting healthier and healthier. And this wide receiving duo of the Cincinnati Bengals is going to be tough to guard for any secondary, especially a secondary like the Baltimore Ravens. Give me the Bengals to win this game on the road. Give me the Bengals to beat a 3-point spread. They move on to Monday Night Football, another divisional matchup. I think that the NFL schedule makers did a really good job this week. They weren't able to foretell that Denver wasn't going to have as prolific as an offense as they thought that they would with Russell Wilson. They weren't able to tell that the Colts were going to take a nosedive, it seems like, compared to last year, and that Jonathan Taylor was going to be hurt going into that game. But you look at the schedule, it's a pretty good week of games. And again, that's why it's a little tough this week. And it's still tough on Monday night. I know the current standings make it look like this might be an easy game to call, but these 2 games always play each other tough. The Kansas City Chiefs, 7-point favorites at home against the Las Vegas Raiders. I like the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs have just been rolling all season long. It seems like they did have that one hiccup against the Colts earlier on, but the way they play against Tampa Bay, I think that the Kansas City Chiefs are firing on all cylinders. I think Kansas City Chiefs might be the favorites in the AFC right now to make it to the Super Bowl. A lot of people in the preseason talking about our Bills. Kansas City Chiefs were a little disrespected about that. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs to win this game. But those Raiders, those pesky Raiders, listen, they put up points. They're trying, right? They're trying. They're making it competitive. Raiders cover a 7-point spread. They're not going to lose by a full touchdown, but the Chiefs win this game. So those are my picks. Let me go through them again real quick. Straight up, we got the Broncos, Packers, Lions, Dolphins, Buccaneers, Saints, Jaguars, Titans, Vikings, Chargers, Bills, 49ers, Rams, Eagles, Bengals, Kansas City. Against the spread, Broncos, Giants, Lions, Jets, Falcons, Seahawks, Texans, Titans, Vikings, Chargers, Bills, 49ers, Cowboys, Cardinals, Bengals, and Las Vegas. Should be a great week of football. I'm looking forward to it. Don't forget to join me live for the game between our Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Going to start the live stream on #sports at 12:30. Make sure you join me for that. If you're new, so hit that subscribe button, like this video, and let me know who you have winning in the comment section. Thank you to Mr. Rogers Home for sponsoring #sports. I look forward to seeing you all on Sunday. I look forward to seeing all your picks. Until I do, go Bills.
Hello, fellow Bills fans. Sean Rogers, Realtor and lead of the Mr. Rogers Homes team. Did you know that real estate is one of the best ways to build wealth, and right now is one of the best times to own an investment property in Arizona? Please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to answer any of your questions so we can take the next step to your financial freedom here in the Valley of the Sun, utilizing real estate. As always, God bless America and go Buffalo!